No, we're already on the HOK Coliseum. Everybody come on over. The stream is already lit. And it's inside of the private chat. Go to the private chat, click on the link, and we're going to get it in. We're already live. Everybody click on the private chat and see the link. Yeah. Right there where you at. Click on the private. Yeah. Y'all see it? All right, come on over. Yeah. What's happening? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How dare you? Where are you? Hello? The hell? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. What is this channel about? Somebody's asking. Everything under the sun. Knowledge, entertainment, politics, everything. Religion, theology, psychology, science, biology, every science, metaphysical, whatever you want it to be about. This is the hub of information. So don't forget to subscribe, my friend. I can't hear you though, Sonetter. You muted?
I said, where they at? What happened?
I guess they're coming over like I did.
Oh, I probably put the link in the wrong chat.
No, you know what you did? You gave the YouTube link. You didn't give the StreamYard.
Oh, I thought I did give the stream out.
No, you didn't. It was YouTube. Simple mistake. Common.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I told them don't be coming in like that no more, man.
But you know that happens to every single one of us.
Yeah, I know you did that to me on one of my best shows.
And you did it to me once, and Unc did it, and everybody who's ever done it. It's just an accident because when you're on your mobile, it looks like the exit on the main laptop or on your PC. It's the same button when you go to leave when you're on your computer, but on the actual mobile, it's to end the show. So it's a common mistake. He'll figure it out.
Can I ask the Paul a question?
Where y'all was on before we ended the show?
Had
a good conversation going on.
Yeah, somebody asked me a question. Who wants to ask me a question?
That was me right here in the call.
It was Kim Netter, you and the other guy.
I wanted to
Yeah,
ask,
but who wants to ask me a question?
that was me. I wanted to
What would you
ask,
like to ask me?
wouldn't it be better, could be, or not better, but I think it's kind of flawed to say that all of them would have had stages of becoming a god, right? If Caesar and all of them, it would be okay for them, right? But when it comes to Moses, God didn't say you got to complete this first or go through these steps to become God. He said you are God to Pharaoh. That's right then and there. The moment he said it is done. So what phases would he have to go through to become God, or why would he have to die to then become that God when God said it right there?
What if he was
Well,
God is
he
talking
had
to
the phase
himself?
of, first off, he had to go deliver the people, right? Then he had to take them, lead them in the wilderness. So, you know, and he had to offer them the laws. He had to, it's the same Messiah thing. It's like it's not just Moses with Caesar, anything, even in the Bhagavad Gita, you know, Hinduism, in all these in the Akkadian writings, I think it's of Sargon, it's always like a person who's coming into their godhood.
Hey, Nepal, I got to take care of something. Don't let nobody in if you don't see them. You got to see them, and then you let them up. You know how that go.
Right. Okay. So there's the answer. Get it? So he did go through something. He had to go through through it's not even like an initiation so much, but he did have to go through different trials and phases to become Moses. And he essentially did die, even though, yes, he was God to Pharaoh. He was a type of Pharaoh to the Israelites. Remember, he was the only one who could talk to God, like the Messiah figure. And then he essentially had to go up and die. God told him, now go die. So it's always this thing about that they have this death and an understood or an obvious resurrection. So, I mean, I want to keep going with that. But if you look at the stories, there's so much similarities. Like there's this deliverer who faces death or actually does some type of death. And then he's completed his ultimate godhood. And it's understood that he lives forever. And doesn't Moses live forever anyway? Doesn't he live forever with the Torah only people who believe? Essentially, no.
I'm okay with the stages. The only problem that I really have, I guess, with the way he phrased it is if if he had to do these things, God didn't say that complete these, go free the people, this and that first, and then you a God. Even if he was a God, he made him a God, and then he told him what he wanted him to do as a God, I would say, but he didn't have to complete the task to become the God. Or am I wrong?
I want to say to Maroon, you're not exactly. When we think of God, even though we are all breaking out of our programs. Oh shoot, am I cutting out now?
No, you good now.
No,
I'm still cutting out. Okay.
No, you
when
good
we
right
think
now.
of God, even though we're all breaking out of our I'm good.
You good. You good.
I'm not good. Oh, okay.
No, you good.
We're you know how I heard somebody say heavenly? Heavenly? Yeah, am I good or no good? Not good, because
Nah,
this is
you
crazy.
good. You good.
All right, sorry guys. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Okay, so like somebody was saying heavenly, and then Maroon was like, it's not heavenly, kind of like spirit. He was like, oh, I'm not talking about spirit. Really, God is, it's right. Both of you were kind of like on the right track, but it's like we need to break that program where we're like, oh, but that's not really God. That's just like the governor or the president or the king. No, that is God though. And that is where we start stepping into having power over these conversations when people who say, I don't believe in a God, but they actually can't help but believe in a God. You know what I'm saying? As an atheist, as an atheist, you're always going to put something up as a powerful thing over your life, whether you want to or not. That could be yourself, but that essentially self is your God. So when we go and talk about, but that's not really God, because we're not talking about heavenly. Nobody ever was saying heavenly, not really in all of these writings where they saying, should I say only heavenly? They were like across the board, whether in the heavens or on the earth, this is God. They didn't even have to say like, and God in heaven only, and this is what I believe. When you say Elohim in that writing, it just means the ultimate rulers, and that means God. But we've been programmed because there's such a strong Abrahamic faith over us. It's like we have to really fight it still. It's kind of like people who find out that Jesus isn't white, but they still keep on picturing a white Jesus in their head. You got to break it and say, white, God is
if I may,
just what I think it is. The government and power over my life. And I'm just going to leave it there. But you get what I'm saying? It's like, you shouldn't think, oh, that doesn't mean God, because it doesn't mean like that God in the sky, daddy, it means God. It really does mean power over yourself or over everything. I hope I made that clear.
And what I was trying to show was like, it was the difference between, having lordship and the idea that the people have of a cosmic entity, of a cosmic all. And you got to understand that that's what these cultures include. They include a heavenly father. That's where he resides in. That's where the quote unquote most high is. He's not down here. And that's not what it originally was stated. Even when you go into even like Babylonian cultures and other these deities, they exist on a cosmic level, what we would consider quote unquote heavenly. I'm just using the term heavenly for lack of better words. When we're talking about a ruler.
Hold on.
Yeah,
do they all exist on a heavenly level?
We're talking about a cosmic entity.
Did you hear me?
You're making that shit up.
No, do all of them? You're making a great point, but listen to what you're saying. There's a
cosmic
all
of
them don't
deity,
exist on a heavenly level. Just that
is
one.
Always a heavenly deity. That was the statement I made.
But you didn't give any examples of it.
Not Baal.
I did.
Baal walked the earth.
Actually, you should come to my presentation on Wednesday. Come to my presentation on Wednesday because even Baal was maintaining a heavenly epithet. I'm gonna bring it all out.
But he walked the earth.
Now, Paul, let me get in real quick. Let me ask him a question.
Didn't the God of the Bible?
Which gods didn't walk the earth?
Well, hold on, brother. Y'all just jumping all over everywhere, brother. When you mention Baal, right? In the Baal series, Baal is the son of El, correct?
No.
Yes, he is.
And it's not called the Baal series, it's called the Baal cycle.
That's what I said. Yeah. And I said Baal is the son of El.
No.
Okay, we're not gonna do semantics, but get it. Baal cycle, you're right.
In the Baal cycle, wait. In the Baal cycle, Baal is the El Malek. He is the father. Baal is the son. He has 70 sons. Baal killed all of his brothers and sisters, Mot, Anat, and all of the other little sisters. And through pantheon reduction, he assimilates and becomes Elyon in some pantheons. But that he's not in the story. He's not the Elyon. He's the son. There's 70 sons. It's a Ugarit text.
I know what you're referring to coming out of the KTU. I have primary text on this actually.
You said no. You said El is the father. So
it's not the father. It's not the father. You can't prove not one time.
Brother. El is the father of the entire Canaanite pantheon.
Source of not, but he's not over Baal. But he's never over Baal.
Brother, Baal is the son. If we reference, brother.
Can we let him elaborate on that for a second?
Yeah. We reference Deuteronomy 32 verse 8 in the Bible, in the Dead Sea Scrolls. That gives the occurrence of Yahweh portioning his land to Israel. Right. That's the same story in the Ugarit text that we just quoted, where El portions his land. Yes.
Do you know of the Senku Niata? Do you know of the Senku Niata?
Brother, if we shared our screen, you'd be looking crazy right now.
I will embarrass you, King J. Don't do this to yourself, bro.
Do you want to say this, brother? You don't know the story.
Don't do that to yourself.
King J, hold up. It say right here, hold up, brother, too. Primary ancient sources saying Baal is El's son. Do you hey?
Right. That's what I said.
I know. I'm not saying. I'm just showing him what you.
He don't know what he's talking about. He's arguing.
Primary source where?
BCE. You asking for the source. You gave the source. The Baal cycle is the source. Read the story.
You said in the Baal cycle. I said, do you know of the Senku Niata? That's just one of the Ugaritic stories.
KTU 1.1 through 1.6. Language Ugaric, Northwest Semitic is the primary ancient source saying Baal is El's son.
He has 70. He has 70 children. Brother, El is the father. El is the El Malak. He has 70 children. They're referenced as in the plural as Elohim, as the pantheon.
I know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. What?
Wait, in these texts, El is repeatedly called Ab Ben Elim, father of the sons of the God.
Exactly. References to the Beni Elohim, the sons of God.
So I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you know of the Senku Niata?
I don't know what you're talking about. I know El is the father of the entire Canaanite pantheon.
It was a yes or no thing.
Shit.
And if you don't, you don't. Bro.
I don't know what language you just spoke. Shit. I just asked for clarity. Shit.
I'll spell it out for you. Go ahead and put this in your thing, Kufu. S-A-N.
Brother. You lost, brother. It's okay.
C-H.
Nothing you're gonna do is change the story.
All together?
Yeah.
Okay, S-A-N-C-H-U.
N-I-T-H-O-N.
T-H-O-N, enter.
And are you saying that that's going to show that he is not the father?
Right.
What he says and how reliable it is. You're pointing to saying Chunuthian because he's one of the only ancient writers who explicitly preserves Phoenician theology.
Oh my God, boy!
Solid move. Here's the evidence-based breakdown. Who Sanchuniathon was, or Sanchuniathon was, and as we have him, a Phoenician historian priest traditionally dated before the Trojan War. Traditional claim. His work survives only in fragments quoted by Philo of Bablos, 1st, 2nd century CE. Preserved.
This book ain't even worth shit. Why are you reading this source, Kufu?
Crazy.
This is some Greek shit later on.
No, it preserves ancient Phoenician. You heard the word Greek and you.
Brother, we talking about the Baal cycle, brother.
That shows that you're foolish.
The Baal cycle dates, brother. Hold on. The Baal cycle.
Stop over talking me, bro. That looks stupid. Stop doing that.
Yo, it's one at a time. One at a time. Nepal, you got to control the panel.
Yeah, bro. Stop doing that. You too excited, fam.
No, excited for what?
The reason why I referenced that, like the brother said, because this is one of the oldest preservations of the Phoenician. Yes, it was preserved by Philo and the Greeks, but they're pulling on the more ancient source. Stop talking over me, dude.
Hold up, let him finish off.
It looks weird when you do that.
You gotta stop, man.
Go ahead.
Like a posse, brother.
Go ahead, brother.
Let the brother
so
talk.
That's the reason I
come back and
referenced
talk
it
like that.
So what you see in the Senku Niata is that they present a whole different order as far as the family tree of these deities. So just because you pulling solely on the Baal cycle, understand that Baal and El are featured in other Ugaritic texts as well and phonetic texts. You trying to pull on one and then act as if you got some type of grand source, brother. Stop it. I'm not one of those. Now you can go ahead.
So when we deal with chronology, right, brother, we're dealing with the Baal cycle. We'll date it from anywhere between 1200 BC. That's the primary source, right? You're talking about some shit that happens with 600 BC. That has nothing to do with nothing, brother. You just feel it. That was a straw man's filibuster. It had nothing to do with nothing, brother. At all, brother.
Get that information. Don't add,
brother. Period, brother. And this is not being funny. I'm not arguing with you. If you don't believe me, look it up. El is the head of the Canaanite pantheon, brother.
You know what we should just do, brother? Can you source in the thing that you had Kufu look up and show us where it says that Baal is not the Father.
Yeah, can you do that, boss? And I'll look
Because
it up.
that's what you. That's what. Hold on, real quick, Jay.
First off, hey, can I get the mic back? Can you guys hear me now? I was having some tech difficulties. Can you hear me? Okay, so I know that you're getting like some Google sources about L. I mean, I just want to quickly go through the panel. Who's familiar with the pantheon when it comes to El and Baal and Mot, M-O-T, the sisters? Who's familiar with
and
it?
Salim and Shahar and Zadek.
So you're familiar, King Jay's familiar, I'm familiar. Who else? Anybody else? Nobody?
Yeah,
the dude who show it was he in the right corner.
Maroon, you're familiar with it, right? Maroon, who's the father of Baal?
You're muted.
L.
Okay. That's what everybody.
I can't hear you.
L.
Thank you. And who else said they're familiar with it? Anybody else speak up?
Like the video. Thumb up the video.
King J?
Who else? Nobody else?
No, King J just said it. He said L.
Okay, so we have Maroon. We know King J. I know that L is the father of Baal. Anybody else? Nobody?
The brother that knows
from the source I just heard.
arguing with, but learning.
I don't know why everyone's talking. If you know the story, then tell me who you, besides King J and the brother, if you're not in the argument between who is who, besides them, if you know the story, besides Maroon and myself, we both know it's L. Who else knows the story before we go Google it? Anybody else on the panel? Suntan, you don't know it. You're not familiar with it, brother?
I'm familiar with it, but I'm vaguely familiar with it.
Okay. All right. So you did go to, now Rakufu went to Chat GPT, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like arguing that is God the father of Jesus at this point.
No,
That's what I'm
I
getting
understand. I understand the source that y'all are coming from. Yes, the source in which you coming from, El is the head pantheon over all of them. Yes, I understand that.
Right.
But you got to understand that both of these quote unquote deities, they survived in cultures before the establishment of the Canaanites. Like, that's all I'm saying. So if you understand that and where they coming from, this is why I'm gonna have the presentation on Wednesday to actually cover that, because they have a deeper root, both linguistically and spiritually, beyond just what's established within the Ugaritic Baal cycle.
I thought you was gonna come with that.
And I would disagree to that, because that's the actually a origin of it. Besides the Ibla tablets, so you have Ibla and you have Ugarit, and that's the origin. You're gonna kill yourself, brother. Just leave it alone. But what I will tell you is this: that through pantheon reduction, listen to what I'm saying, brother. Pantheon reduction, brother. Later on, we do have instances to where, as I told you, he has 70 sons, 70 children. So 70 nations, each one of those children, to them, their El's children would be their Elion, would be their Most High, would be the head of their pantheon. El is still the father, brother. But you got to know when you're reading stuff to comprehend and contextualize. Listen to what I'm saying. What you're actually reading, we actually see the same thing with Yahweh, because if we look in the Ugaritic text, Yahweh is not even mentioned as one of the sons of El. We look later and he is infused, right, in Deuteronomy 32 verse 8 as one of the sons of El in the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? But originally he's not even a Canaanite deity. You know what I'm saying? So we know that that's a redaction.
I mean, we see hints of that before that as well. Like,
no, you don't, making up stuff. Use a date.
No, you don't. I mean, no, I'm not. You see him maintaining the epithet of a storm god literally before that.
Before when?
We'll open it up, bro. Hold on. I don't give it to you all too much yet.
You're not gonna give me nothing. You're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see it.
This was a Midianite deity, Edomite deity before that. What are you talking
Yahweh?
about?
Are you talking about Yahweh?
Yes.
That's according to the Bible, but you got to remember that
it's not according to the Bible. Who would have Shasu?
Brother, I'm giving you dates. If we're
I'm
gonna
not
go,
asking you who was the shasu,
brother,
bro.
brother, you're not ready to talk to me. If
Who
you
were
look
the
at the
shasu
Oh, wow.
listen,
of Yahu?
listen. If you go by the Soleb inscription that what you're referring to, that dates to 1400 BC. That's in the Sudan, right? What's the point?
Keep going.
That's the earliest nine. That's a Meter Netter reference. That's a
And
nine.
where
No,
and
so
where and where do
that's a
those
nine. Listen,
worshipers?
listen, listen, listen,
Hold on.
listen,
Kuntelet, keep going.
listen, listen. That's a non-biblical reference, right? So that would give you.
Duh.
So listen. That would give you a late Exodus date, right, of about 1250
Bro, I'm
BC.
not dealing with no Exodus. Stop trying to put me in a
Listen.
box,
I'm
Goofy.
talking about chronology, brother. Listen to what I'm telling you, right? 1400 BC. So when I'm telling you that you don't have Yahweh
Nigga
in
slick.
you don't have any text of Yahweh into the Bible until by mechanism of Jethro and Moses, right? That's what 1250 BC. That's why I'm giving you Exodus as the date of the transmission of Yahweh that they didn't have it before then. So you're not going to have any mention of Yahweh until about 1250 BC.
Can we get back
Bro.
to the topic about if Baal was actually on Earth? Can we get back to that, or are we gonna just
I
stay
mean,
on this?
I mean, most of these heavenly deities, even within the Bible, came down to see what man was doing. Ain't that what they even said in the text? Let us go
Right.
down and see what man is doing.
Well, the
So
reason they're
even
questioning you is because you said all cosmic beings are
no,
always
but
heavenly.
okay. Their
Let him
abode,
get the whole
is
brother.
heavenly. They dwell in a
Hey,
heavenly abode.
my friend, can he say the whole thing and then you can get in there? Let him just finish his whole sentence. Whoever was
Hey,
just talking.
excuse me, Ms. Nabar.
I mean,
Is Sarnetta still on
I
here?
wanted the opportunity to actually respond to the brother.
Hello?
Well, you weren't.
Is
He was
Sarnetta?
No,
actually
so if I cut
saying
you off,
something, and you couldn't.
cut you off, brother, my bad. Go ahead, finish.
It's not about. I don't mind
Yeah.
if you. It's not. I just want to hear what he was going to say. His whole statement.
No, that's
Whoever
cool.
was talking right before him, I can't really see right now.
Is Sarnetta still in the room?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay, I'm bad.
Why?
I'm sorry.
You need him?
Well, yes, I had talked to him backstage on the show about maybe talking politics, and he was agreeing with it. So I just wanted to talk to him about that.
Okay, were you just talking just now to him about the celestial thing?
No, I think it was the brother Kim.
No.
I can't see his name right now.
Well, I was
brother with the
talking, bro.
comedic name.
I could talk for myself, bro. I could talk for myself,
that
bro.
was
She's
not
talking
you
to
that
me.
was speaking though, brother. That was the brother.
I know, but I
Kim.
was talking to her, but she was talking to me, bro. Can we talk right quick? Yeah, I was just saying, I was talking to Saw backstage on the other one about maybe doing a show about politics. He said it was fine. I could prepare something, but I just like to know how to get in touch with them once it's
Okay, this is what you
prepared.
got to do. You can email, and I can't see how to put it in there right now, everybody. If there's a mod in the chat, can you drop Sonnetter's email? But it is it's sa.netter@yahoo.com. Or you can message me Napashadah1, NAPAHSHADAH1, the number, at gmail.com, and then we can set up a show for you. So, all right. Thank you, brother.
All right, thanks.
Definitely get in touch. No worries. Now, back to, because the brother who was talking, I can't remember your name, the one who was talking about
That's
didn't
me,
all the
Tim.
divinities come down from heaven? Because I don't know who was talking before you.
Brother, did Yahweh walk the earth too?
No.
He came down to the earth according to their text.
Yahweh came down.
They came
was
down.
a storm god.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Stop doing that, King J, bro. That's very rude and it's disrespectful. If you go ask me a question, bro, just let me elaborate.
Yeah, let's
please.
let him finish his whole statement, please.
Go ahead, my bad.
He clearly said, let us go down and see what man is doing. They, Adam and Eve, I'm going to place our Garden of Eden on earth. They hearing the footsteps of God and things of that nature. You see the boy Moses, he meets up with him, I guess, quote unquote, and he sees the back of him. But that's just how they imply it, and that's how they putting it. In my original statement, that the brother Kim was, when you said the reason why they was asking me, since we playing semantics, what I was really saying though, brother, and I know you're not playing the semantical game, was that these cosmic deities, they always dwell in the heavenly abode. When they're doing all of this creation of everything and all of this, they're not on earth doing so. They're in this quote unquote heavenly abode.
Well,
and that's where they
not
dwell.
in the Bible, not to cut you, but not in Genesis. And that takes us back to the brother Maroon's presentation. In Genesis, they're on the earth creating.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not even to get that deep into what the brother's saying. I'm just a big fan of the redaction, right? Of them adding the tetragram in, right? When we see the word, so like if we say that Rashid Barai Elohim, we never see any instance of Yahweh. Israel is not Israel, Yah, right? So these deities or these theophoric names represent the deity of the name that they represent. Ishmael represents the, you know what I'm saying? Emmanuel, it's not Emmanuel, Yah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really see. I gave you the dates of when we start to see Yahwistic names.
Oh, you're dealing with the Yahwistic thing.
No, I'm talking about when we actually see them. You know what I'm saying? It occurs at a point in history. You know what I'm saying?
And if I could just jump in here real quick, King J, and Baal is the equivalent of Yahweh in the pantheon, in the Canaanite pantheon. He's like a brother deity. But when we're looking at the actual worship from the Midianites, when you talk about the Shasu, they grab Yahweh kind of like the equivalent of Baal. So what I'm saying is, I agree with King J that El was over all those gods. So Yahweh in the pantheon is not above Baal, but equivalent to Baal.
That's what I was saying.
Well, but see,
you will actually let me say this, please, because you will actually see this in my presentation on Wednesday. That's all we have, is that it's the equivalent. He's never over him. Like, so when you were saying father, I'm thinking a certain level of authority over so. And that's not what my studies ever showed me. It was that El was always over the rest of them, but never over Baal.
Excuse me,
but also understanding
brother,
Baal to be another title as well.
Brother, I said El is over Baal, so El came before Baal. I thought your argument was that Baal is over El. He's actually the son and the so-called brother, or whatever you want to say. He's part of the lower pantheon, right? You agree with that, right? Or no?
I'm putting Baal. This is what I'm doing. I'm putting Baal and El as equivalents.
No. Baal is not equivalent to El. That's why I said El is over Yahweh. Even in the Bible, you can see that Yahweh is in a pantheon of gods, and he's appointed to lead Israel.
Can I ask you a question? Was Marduk considered Baal or El? What was his title? 1 second, bro. And I'm not and I'm asking this for a reason, because he was the chief deity, correct? And what was the title given onto Marduk? Was it Elyon, or was it Baal?
Brother, let me just explain.
I'm asking the question. It's really like, come on, answer the question, fam.
Answer the question. I'm going to answer it, because you're asking a question that's not a yes or no answer. Just give me one second.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really easy.
It's a yes or no
answer. So listen. I want you to look up pantheon reduction. Study what pantheon reduction is, and assimilation and synchronism, and you'll understand how Baal assimilates, Yahweh assimilates from this being the Beni Elohim, right? Sons of God, right? They start at the bottom of the pantheon and they work their way up to the top. Yahweh starts at the bottom.
Before all of that,
hold on. Yahweh works his way from the bottom and he works his way to the top. That's why in Hebrew and the Israelites, it goes from polytheism to monotheism. He is the Elyon, and there are no other gods before him.
I peep what you doing, like, and you sticking to the. 1 second, bro. You made your statement.
So look up those words.
Okay, you already said that, bro. You ain't got to say that again, but respectfully. But And I notice what you're doing. You sticking to your Baal cycle that you got knowledge of, and you sticking to your Bible that you got knowledge of, and that's cool with me.
No,
I'm
but
talking about. And wait, 1
no.
second, brother. 1 second, though. Hold on, fam. This would be the flimflamology. Like, whatever reason why I asked was Marduk referred to as Baal is because this is a fact. This was the title to utilize to recognize the chief deity at that time. You see El. Hold on, wait. You see El being utilized to recognize the chief deity later on. This happens later on.
Pantheon.
That's why you sticking to this. You sticking to this. Stop talking over me, dude. Man, hold on. Let me land my plane, fam. What's up with you? Why I gotta keep asking for respect and I'm giving it? So what's happening? So the reason why I asked that, I'm gonna show this in my presentation. We see Baal referenced to Marduk and other chief deities in the Babylonian pantheon. That predates in the Ugaritic cycle and all of this BS that you. Let me talk like you for a minute. All this bullshit that you're talking about, to be honest, and that's why you flim-flamming me like that, and you keep trying to double dribble me from here to there, here to there, here to there. That's why when I stepped into the Marduk question, you didn't answer it at all.
Well, you know what? I need to jump in here. I know y'all are going back and forth, but I got to do this. When you're talking about King J, give me a second. When you're talking about these gods, like you can't just. It's more than just saying who came. El clearly is the god in the Canaanite text. He's the top god. When you start talking about Marduk, then you're grabbing. Yes, they're all merging together, kind of like blurred. And you talk about they become some. They use Baal in the Bible and in the Hebrew text. They use Baal. They use Baal in the Canaanite text. They use Baal in the Babylonian text. Yes. So what I'm trying to say is like Marduk is a Babylonian god. El is a Canaanite god. Can you say that Marduk was called Baal, which was a Canaanite god? Yes. See how confusing it is? So when you ask him, is Marduk El, you're not really clarifying that that's a whole different group of
so
people
what's happening is
worship.
Let me before you go.
No, King J, I want him to respond to what I just said.
So what's happening? I see the problem, and the problem is this. Okay, El. First of all, okay, since we're doing the chronology on it, El was just a title coming from the Akkadian word Ilu or Alu. So at first it was just a title referring to the chief deity itself. This title then gets redacted to a chief deity itself, and they say El is a god. Just like
in
Allah.
In what text?
Hold on.
What writings? No, you got to be specific. I want you to keep going, but where did it become that way? In the Ugaritic?
This happens in the Ugaritic. It happens in the Ugaritic. It happens within the Baal cycle.
Keep going. All right. I just want you to be clear. Keep going.
But you see that, but you don't see that El title being referenced primarily to these Sumerian deities. What are the titles that they're using? They're using Baal. So what I see
how you just went back to the Sumerian,
because that's why I started at. That's why I referenced Marduk. I can't reference Marduk if I'm not going to go back to the Sumerians.
Okay.
No, I said El is a title that comes from the Akkadian word Elu. So we're doing chronology, right?
But I'm saying in the beginning of the conversation.
One second. I said it turns into a deity when it steps into the Ugaritic cycle, right? But at first, it's just a title, just like Baal. But you see that
I'm not going to take the mic from you, brother. Wait, I'm going to give the mic. I just want people to. You got to take it down because it's getting confusing. So what you're saying, and I'm going to hand the mic back. You agree that you're taking it from the Akkadian, and now you're going back to talk about the Canaanite god, right?
I'm doing Semitic chronology, absolutely.
Okay, so essentially, even though we're talking about names and titles, we're talking about a different god in the Ugaritic, right?
He becomes a complete different god, soul god on its own when it steps into the Ugaritic. Yes.
Keep going. Okay, so you agree that El is the top god in the Canaanite pantheon.
Absolutely.
So now
we see that.
Go ahead.
But we see just as quick as that title El is becoming its own singular deity, and it's the top dog. Baal was also being utilized in its own singularism as well, being referenced as a top dog. But once it meets the L in the Ugarit, once it meets L in the Ugarit, yes, it then falls under L. Absolutely. This is what I'm saying.
Okay, perfect. Now, do you agree with that, King J? Because I agree with that portion of what he said.
No. And if you give me,
So wait a minute. So if you don't, King J, I'm gonna hand you the mic. If you don't agree, then I need you, for the audience and for everybody, for learning reasons, you need to address what he said about Marduk, because he is right. Marduk, I believe, was referred to as Bel, not Baal. So I think it's the same, though. It's the same. So you have to address, how did Marduk, the top god of that pantheon, when we're talking about Babylon, that what was it, Mesopotamian god Marduk, how did that god Bel drop down to a lower god than the El? And then you can elaborate.
Yes, this is easy work.
In the Ugaritic, I mean.
Pantheon reduction. I say it over and over again. Pantheon reduction. To be specific, when El portions his and gives his 70 sons, right, and each god a nation, right, those gods are Elyon to those nations. Elyon is the word for Most High. So when we look at Deuteronomy 38, where we see Israel, Jacob receiving his portion, which is Yahweh, right? That's Yahweh assimilating into the pantheon, right? And becoming the Elyon, right? That's Yahweh. Now he is the supreme deity of the pantheon, right? So he surpassed Baal and all those things. When we read so just real quick as well, it's called epitaph. So when we do talk about El Melech, as El as the father of the Canaanite pantheon, he has a consort named Asherah. It's El and Asherah, right? Later on, we see Yahweh and Asherah, right? 800 BC, whenever we see that on a whatever pottery shard may be. That's showing you that at that period of time, Yahweh has now assimilated, right, into the pantheon, and has now is become the Elyon, the top of that pantheon. So it's called pantheon reduction, and that's why I keep referring that word to you, brother, so you can you can look it up, so you can stop having that argument, right? So when we look at other deities that steal the epitaphs, also look up the word epitaph, right? Because all of those epitaphs are original epitaphs of the deity El, right? El Elyon, El Shaddai, El Oleon. Those are all epitaphs of El. Also, you made a mistake when you're talking about Northwest Semitic languages, right?
I never said Northwest Semitic nothing.
Yeah.
I never used that term not one time, bro. Don't do me like that.
Hold on, now you cutting me off. Now I said Northwest Semitic language because you referred to them incorrectly. So when we're talking about Ugaritic, that's
Semitic chronology.
Now you cut me, brother.
Finish, friend. Please let King J finish.
So when you're talking about Northwest Semitic languages, and you're talking about the Aleph Lamed, which is the God code, right? It's Il in the Ugarit, Aleph Lamed. It's El in the Hebrew, Aleph Lamed, right? It's because those are all Northwest Semitic links. They all have the same linguistic cognate, right? And when you're talking about common noun, using the word Il as a common noun, of course, it's just a generic term for God. But when you're using it as a proper name, it's referring to the deity itself, Il, in the singular. Keep the context. Okay. You have to know the context of when you
can I respond?
Yeah, please.
Because I do want to say something.
I do want to say this. I do want everybody hit the like. I do want to pass the mic to some of the other people who've been sitting patiently if they want to come in after you. So I just want to say that to you, King J. Once he goes, I want to let Santana or Metter, not Metter. Who's that? I'm sorry, I can't see you. But go ahead.
Okay, I do want to say I respect your information, King J. Don't get me wrong, brother. I really mess with you. Don't get me wrong. You did not address what she said. I'm gonna say that. And I'm gonna hold the sister Nepal a little accountable as well, because she questioned when I jumped from
When I said
one
epitaph,
second.
I addressed it. I addressed it when I said epitaph. Comprehend.
King J.
Okay, cool.
Come on, Apostle.
I'll let you rock that. Now I'm gonna hold the sister Nepal a little accountable, because she called me and she made me draw clarification when I jumped from the Babylonian to the Ugarit, but you had for the free range and jurisdiction to jump from the Ugarit to the Deuteronomy, and didn't, like, you had free range and nobody called you on that.
Because that's showing the preservation of the text.
You can get back to it. You can get back to it. Now that I addressed it, don't get me wrong, brother. You can get back to it, because you jump from here and you jump from there.
No,
and even like, I know when they're using that word El within the Hebrew text, Hebrews will come and they will always argue with you that they are not venerating the deity El when they're using terms like Jerubah, like Emmanuel, Daniel. They will tell you that they're not venerating that deity, that's they're using the generic term for God. Those are every time. Hold on, bro. You getting real anxious. Don't do me like that. You getting real anxious. I know you don't like this, but I know, and you did.
Come on, King J.
And you did exactly what I called you out on when you kept dribbling from here to there. You only got that same little pat. You ain't got no bag. You only could go from the Ugarit back to the Bible. Why didn't you address Marduk directly, brother? Why didn't you address the all relation to Marduk directly? Because that's what she asked you, and that's what you avoided. Because for some reason, I noticed that you got a pride problem where you just can't say, "Man, I ain't that studied up on that yet, bro. I'm gonna land there."
Now,
okay,
King
brother.
J, I know you want to jump in.
I gotta respond to that, brother. I gotta
King
respond
J, you gotta hold on a second. I know these, but Suntan and the other brother. I can't see my screen right now.
Oh, okay. It is people on the
But they're not gonna go long. Just hold your thought. Go ahead, jump in, and I think Maroon left. But go ahead, Suntan. You want to add in, and then whoever else hasn't spoken for a while.
Nepal, and to the panel, I just like to say this, and there's no insult to my brothers, because y'all are very, wise and read and researching and everything, especially my sister Nepal. But I think all this stuff is a bunch of mythical mumbo jumbo. So, with all due respect, we can get on the way to live and to, do our life in a way that's advantageous to the people that surround us and is to this community by, diverting a subject like mythology and making it teachable is not the way. I think we ought to just make ourselves a little more educated in, consequential things like the way we live, and let's identify with the word good and try to stick to that as a life lesson and learn, because we also know that you have a choice. That's it.
I love you as an elder, Suntan, but we intellectual gladiators, man. I thought this was the Coliseum. I'm ready to lock in.
It's just a lot of mythological mumbo jumbo to me, because none of that stuff is
good.
And it's our sport.
All right.
Yeah, it's our sport. So let's go to the brother. I can't see your name, brother. I think it's Metter.
Kim Netter.
Oh, it's Kim Netter. Dang, thank you. Hi, Kim Netter. I know I've seen you before.
You good?
You're the brother who be driving usually.
Yeah.
Buying all those tickets to support the debates. I remember you.
Yep. But from what I've read, since I had to sit back, I found at least 3 different times where Baal was the head of a different pantheon before that. So I ain't got no argument for the brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I'm learning, brother. I'm learning. Y'all keep on fighting.
Yes, let me get to Maroon, and then we'll pass the mic back to King J, who's.
Wait a minute, Rakufu.
Who's over there? What?
King J getting like a pasta.
Rakufu ain't
Oh, I didn't even see Rakufu. Let me go to Maroon, and then I'll go to you, Rakufu. I can't see you.
I'm just listening right now. Right,
yeah, I see you now. Sorry. Okay, Maroon, did you said you're just listening?
Yeah, I'm just listening to him right now.
All right, just letting you know, you guys can always come in. You don't have to, if you have something to say. I know you're being really polite, but get in here and you don't have to just sit here and listen. I know that's like. All right, Rakufu, last but not least, go ahead, brother.
All right, y'all can see my icon. I'm
We
sitting
can
like
barely hear you, Rakufu.
I said, can you hear me
I
now?
can hear.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear you great.
I say, you can see my icon. I'm sitting like great Pharaoh or Caesar on my throne. And the only thing I got to say is let the games continue.
Yeah.
All right,
learning,
got you.
brothers. I'm learning.
Kufa, you know you stole my shit, right? Look at my symbol.
All right.
What is your symbol? Let me see.
That's
Damn,
him.
this is small.
That's him.
I just changed it to my phone. I can't. Oh, okay. All right, King J.
Yeah, so I mean,
and then I do want to get back to the but after this, I want to get back to Maroon's conversation about, you know, what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because real quick to the brother, what's your name, so I can address you just real. Ashe. So when you say when I'm mentioning epitaphs, brother, and you ask about Marduk, I'm answering your question directly and thoroughly. An epitaph is so when I said they're stealing L's epitaphs, right? You said Marduk is referred to as what? Il Marduk?
Il Marduk, Baal Marduk as well. But I'm talking about Baal.
Right.
Baal. That was the term I used.
So that's a simple instance of if I said Il Marduk, Il Yahweh, Il anything that's using the word Il as a common noun. It's a generic term for the word God. I could say when they say Il Elah, they're using Il as a common noun for God, and they're using Allah as the proper noun for the word for the deity.
But I thought that they use words in Marduk.
So just like this, when I say Il Malek, I'm not using Il as the word as the proper as. So I'm saying the king. That's different. So it's learn. You have to learn. So you have to learn. So the definite article is El. So like in Allah, the definite article is the Aleph and the Lamed.
Mm-hmm.
That's the duck. So or the ha in Hebrew is ha. So all I'm saying, brother, is you just have to know when you're using the word. It's a common noun, and that's it. That's all they're using. They're stealing the epitaphs of El. They're stealing his title. When we see El Shaddai, and we see later Yahweh referred to as El Shaddai. Later we might see Yahweh referred to as Elohim. We see Yahweh referred to as Elohim.
And that's fine in the sense that you're utilizing
these are epitaphs that they're stealing. When I'm telling you that they're stealing epitaphs, I'm using the right word.
Are you saying epitaphs or epithets? I'm
confused. Epithets. Epitaph.
That's epithets. That's epithets.
Yeah,
that's why I was like
epitaph. No, epitaph, brother. I'm spelling it right and I'm pronouncing it right. You got a little lisp. It's okay. Epitaph.
I got a lisp.
I'm just saying, brother. That's what it's called. Okay, and that's what it is. So when I'm talking about assimilation and synchronization into the pantheon, that's all I'm talking about is the introduction, the infusion of whatever deity may be. He has 70 children, brother.
But that's cool in the sense that you're utilizing it because that's why you only sticking to the Bible in the Ugarit. That's why I'm talking about Marduk. Marduk can't steal from El because one second. Marduk can't steal from El because El wasn't a single deity on his own. He didn't have his own pantheon when Marduk was doing his thing. So you can't apply that to that.
Because it's being used as a title?
Because Marduk is not his own. Because El is not his own deity when Marduk is reigning.
Brother, it's not being used as a deity. It's being used as a common noun, brother. It's a generic word for God. That's it. That's
okay,
it.
I need to say something. Deep. Let me jump in here for the audience.
It's not
I didn't want to be a know-it-all. So I just, out of being fair, I just wanted to bring up the definition. The word epithet or epithet is E-P-I-T-H-E-T, and that is a noun. It's a term used to characterize a person or thing, a term used as a descriptive substitute for the name or title of a person, like how you're saying in general for L, because I know an epitaph is something that's on like a gravestone, and that's an inscription of a gravestone, so it's gravestone. So an epitaph is like something to remember somebody by after they die. So epitaph is not what it is. You're saying it. You're spelling it wrong, King Jane. That's fine. So just to let you know, it's
no, I'm not. 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 I'm not using it wrong. It's an honorary title. So I'm using it correctly, just like you said. Something you wrote on a gravestone. It would be something you wrote on a gravestone. It's an epitaph that they're stealing.
You said
they're stealing L's epitaph.
Okay, whatever.
They're stealing the honorary titles of L.
Like it.
Yes.
Bro,
yes,
why are
L.
you? Why you're wrong?
See, no, he's wrong.
How am I wrong?
No, you're wrong.
Ellie Young is the epitaph of L. And that's how that goes.
If you listen,
I'm listening.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. Every time I talk, you talk. It's wild. Now you're quiet because I'm not talking. I don't know why some people do that. That's wild to me. I just said I didn't want to just come off rip and say it because when you kept saying epitaph, I was thinking that's stuff on the gravestone. And then I didn't want to say it till I looked it up. You're talking about it being L, like El Elyon, El Marduk. Like you're saying it's like a descriptive title.
Right.
That's epithet.
That's what it is.
It's either epithet. You could say that, or some people say epithet. That's
epithet.
That's E-P-I-T-H-E-T. I mean, it's no big deal. I'm just saying.
That's an epithet.
You're saying epithet.
There is an H at the end.
What?
There's an H at the end.
Oh my God! You know what? Listen, it's not even a big deal. Listen, it's not a huge deal, but it is.
I think this the problem. What happened when you Googling that information?
No, it's not tomato tomato. It's not tomato
I'm not
tomato.
Googling. I'm not Googling.
You guys.
I'm not Googling.
Listen, let me just be the one that talks on this for a second. It's not. Listen. I know that an epitaph is written on a gravestone. That's what I really know it from. I know that just from life, just from being around people, death. So when I keep hearing you say epitaph, I was like, kind of like thinking, why is he saying that? Because I wasn't sure what you were referring to. If you're talking about like to remember that God, like something that's said about that God, like El was the greatest God of all. That's an epitaph. If it was inscribed on a stone or something. Or maybe like there was no greater God than El. That would be an epitaph if it's written somewhere in stone. But really, it's about somebody who already died. So to me, when I listen to you, when you're saying El Elyon, El Marduk, that El is used in general. When I hear you talk like that, I know you're talking about an epithet or an epithet, whatever people say. I know you're not talking about an epitaph.
Fact. How do you spell epitaph, though?
Does that make sense? I mean, it's not even, you're super uber intelligent. Everybody messes up words. I do it, but you're using the word wrong. And I just wanted to say that.
I'm not using the word wrong. Because clearly I use it in the correct way. Elyon is if I say epitaph.
Okay, maybe I don't understand what you're saying.
I think it's epithet. I think we guys got to let him rock out with his pronunciation and his understanding.
You definitely got to let me rock out with how I'm saying it. You understand the comprehend the point.
I'm saying epithet so you will know. You can pronounce it epithet or epithet.
But when I say epitaph, just know what I mean. Okay? Because Elyon is an epitaph of El. Okay?
You mean the E-P-I-T-H-E-T word, right?
Exactly. However you want to spell it.
That's epithet.
The Most High, Almighty, King of Heaven. Go ahead.
Yeah. However you want to pronounce it. That's what I've been referring to.
Okay, no problem. Let's continue, man. Let's rock.
So what's the problem with the word being El Marduk and the word El being used as a common noun for
I see how you're utilizing it.
What was the problem with you having a contention with that?
I see how you're utilizing it, but I've never even seen no primary text where they was even utilizing those terms like that. I know they use terms like in Marduk. They would use terms like they would use en as a prefix to pronounce lordship, but I don't remember them using the el. It was more of an el. but that even comes a little bit later.
Okay, brother, but what did any of that have to do with your original point of Yahweh? You were talking about Yahweh and epitaphs.
I was
and
never talking about Yahweh, bro. Don't do me like that. Why you keep trying to box me up?
Because you jumped to Babylon. We wasn't talking about the usage of Babylonian lexicons.
No, originally I was talking about cosmic deities. And I said that they dwelled in heavenly. I said they dwelled in heavens. We kind of got caught up with me saying heaven, so I had to double down and reiterate the statement that they dwelled in heavenly abodes. You get what I'm saying? And then, wait 1 second, hold on, brother. You asked me a question. Let me finish. And then Nepal added Baal. Nepal said, "What about Baal? Baal was on earth, wasn't he?" And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, but you also see Baal and other epithets where he's also in the heavenly abode as well. Just like El. And once El and Baal was mentioned at the same time, that's when Baal it became Baal versus El, and we got to doing all that other stuff. But that's just how it happened. You ask how it happened, that's how it happened.
Yeah, but you say so much, but I'm trying to stop you before it's so much to unpack, right? Because like the brother said, he knows of an occurrence where Baal is mentioned as an Elion before the Ugaritic text. And I'm like, where in the world would that exist and happen at? Because I have no knowledge of that.
Then that's something that you need to study your phone, bro.
Wait, but just stop. Hold on, now you cut me off.
That I was looking at. You absolutely right. I just went back and you was right. It do say that Baal was never chief god before El, and it gave a chronological order that El always became chief god long before you had a Baal. So I have to go back and look at that. So
That's love. So to the brother say, just in all respect, look up Pantheon reduction. You'll learn a lot by that. Pantheon reduction, brother.
Yeah, bro.
It shows you how the younger deities assimilate and synchronize and take this.
What's the title for the chief deities too?
In some pantheons, yes, brother. In some pantheons, yes. Every deity was
before the Ugarit.
No.
Yes.
So name the text.
Marduk himself exists before the Ugarit. Am I capping? Am I lying? Am I making that up?
We're not, brother.
Bro, you just not ready for this, bro. If you really want to put this in some type of debate platform, we can actually get it. Because I don't want to take away from the time from the brother Maroon. But if you really want to set it up and you really feel that passionate about it, brother, we can actually we can deal with it.
Yeah, let's
get back to the conversation about where we initially said that the deities did walk the earth, even though they were considered like dual. They existed in heaven and earth. So they did come, even in the Bible, it says that the angels, the sons of God, came, and then Satan was one of them. And he said, I've been on the earth walking to and fro. So, yeah, if we could get back to his conversation. Maroon, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
You've been very patient.
So in your presentation, Maroon, you essentially, in a nutshell, are saying what?
Okay. My point is when we're looking at the Bible, Old Testament or the New Testament, we're looking, first the Old Testament is paying homage to the ancestors. Not necessarily my ancestors, but to the ancestors, meaning an advancement of a people. You understand what I'm saying? Taking them from Adam being a people who worked the fields to Moses to somebody who was inside, the palace. So, I thought I heard somebody saying something.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? So to somebody who was in the palace to being able to liberating a people, right? So that's why when we look at, I see, the Jews, they follow the Torah, which is basically that advancement of the people, and what they have a thing called the Patreon, where it's like the tomb of the Patreon, where it's like from like Adam and Eve and these different people, they got their grave sites, right? And they honor them. So when I'm talking about the Bible, I'm talking about it in the sense of it being a thing of honoring a advancement in society. Remember when you was talking to Sarnetta the other day, and you was talking about God, and he was talking about how he was evil, and you was saying that, well, at that time he's righteous because he had to deal with so many things, right? I don't know. You remember that conversation?
Right.
Okay. So when we looking at the God, meaning that the government and the system that was being set up then, it had to deal with a way more savage type of people. So there was laws and all of that was established up, because the first books is up into Moses, which is about the formation of the Akkadian Empire. So, we're looking at a system and laws and all of that was set up, and it was a savage land before then. So we're looking at, that's why I agreed with you when you was like, God was righteous, meaning that, the government and whatever system it was set up, that was the righteousness for that time and space.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I mean? And we looking at the advancements now, where I was saying like we got the Roman Empire, but the British Israelites, so the British Empire and the Luciferian system, and how they're changing the laws. You might not see it in society today, but they're basing that on their God. You understand what I'm saying? And so that God is, the British Israelite God, which is the Luciferian system.
Okay, so I mean, right there, I think it kind of veered, or maybe I don't understand. But what you're saying is the God is relative to the time and the state of the people?
Yes, well, God is the empire. So, the completion of an empire, just like, we look at Julius Caesar and Augustus being the completion of the Roman Empire, and that's how we get God and Julius Caesar. I mean, God and Jesus, which is Julius Caesar and Augustus. We take that same, how that's associated with the Bible. If we look at Sargon of Akkad, we'll see how his story is greatly related to Moses in the Bible, because it's just, you can't really get caught up in the story. The story is just like the glue it's like the glue of the legend that keeps the people in order. You understand? If that
no, that makes sense, because you're going to be like this. If you want to, you have to have a God, a flesh God. You have to have a God that rules all the people, which would be the Pharaoh and Kemet. It was Sargon in Acadia. It is Jesus now with the Christians. It was Moses at the time with the early Exodus, right? So you have to have a physical flesh God, but you also have to have that God that the Ashe was talking about, who is away and untouchable and in the spirit realm. because they would easily kill the human God and be like, oh, well, we killed God. So you need that dynamic. And that's how you have the power, the control, even with Julius Caesar, all the Caesars were like, oh, this is the God. Alexander was said, I'm the son of a God. So I get what you're saying. And pretty much. I mean, who wants to add in?
And what you said, Nepal, was beautiful right there. When you said that making the God tangible, making the God, even the goddess, human, makes it accessible for death. You can even observe that within the sword of Allah, Khalid ibn al-Walid, when he cut the head off at El-Uzza, when he was commanded this by Muhammad. Why was that? Because he had that direct access to quote unquote the goddess. So I can go smite El-Uzza because this woman is being venerated and worshipped as El-Uzza. So now I can go handle that in our quest for monotheism. So now I can literally kill gods. Now, when you got this, and I also believe this is why the Commissions developed the understanding of Amun, and then the Moroccans actually adopted Amun as well. What? Because there's a certain level of protection with the hiddenness of the deity. You get what I'm saying? So you hit it on the nose, and I want to land with this. Would it be essential to this conversation and understanding to define the difference between lordship and godhood?
Well, anybody?
Real quick, because the brother's Cameroon is kind of long-winded. I'm not going to be long-winded, right? So I would have.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Talk about Maroon is long-winded.
Hey,
we're all long-winded. Go ahead, Maroon. Go ahead, King J.
I said,
go ahead, King J.
Nothing. Now I'm long-winded.
And I'm not going to be long.
I know, right? You've been sitting back all this time in King J's life. Let me go. He's long-winded.
I'm long.
Go, King J. Go ahead, King J.
I would just quick throwback, and I would just say that in Egypt, the Nassuts were actually the divine embodiment of the Netherroot. So and they were accessible, and they weren't killed by the people. So I would give a little pushback with that and use that as an example. Also, I would say Alexandria had to actually go to them, to the oracles, right, to get approval to be with the rappers, right? So,
okay, I got a question, King J.
Wait, say that again. That last part, just a second, Rakufu. What did you say, King J?
Oh, you didn't know about the Apis
No, you broke up. It broke up. I didn't hear you. What did you say at the end?
Oh, Serapis.
What about him?
So that's the process that what Alexander had to go through to become a god in Egypt, right? So he had to go to the people to get approval from the oracle.
He was initiated.
He had to go through the people, and all of them always have to be approved. That's why Christ had to be approved as the Messiah as well. Nobody, they can't be the God unless the people believe it. Like Muhammad, even though they say he's the prophet, he wouldn't be approved unless the people believed it.
And that's the point. So that kind of proves my point that that he has to be accessible, not contrary to what you just said, is that the God would be killed if the people had access to him. But that was kind of the point that I was making, that in Egyptian culture, the God, the Pharaoh was the God, and he was accessible, and that practice wasn't going on. So I was just giving you
they're accessible, but wait a minute, King J.
Not all pharaohs.
One second, I don't think I fully understand you. So there's different aspects to it. There is one that is accessible, but is the incarnate of God. But then there's one that stands outside, because if there was only the incarnate God, that one would be just around as long as until you could kill it. So that's why even Jesus is like, I am the Father and I'm the Son. So even when you kill me, they're still the Father. You get it? So yeah,
there's. Where you want to go? Shade, but hold up.
There's one that's accessible. There's one that's There's one that's a representative of God that is incarnate for the people to relate to, but that one God isn't only the God, because if it's vulnerable. All you have to do is kill it, and then their God is dead, as he said with the El Uzza thing.
So King J,
what up?
and Ashe, this is my question to both of you. If we go from a Bible's chronological understanding that the three sons of Noah, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, Ham being the younger, Ham being the African, if we go from that chronology, which is totally upside down in science, but let's just go from it. If we go from that, when we get to El Elyon and he's a Canaanite, according to their chronology, Canaanites are sons of the Hamites. So in essence, are the Shamites telling the Africans, we got our God from you?
Absolutely. I always actually, that's part of my presentation, that it's all Hermetic.
Okay. And what about you, Jay? You said no. I want to hear your
I would disagree because it takes place not in Africa. Nimrod, the Tower of Babel is that in Africa? Of course not.
No.
So does Abraham take his journey from Africa? Of course not. So the brother don't want no smoke. You need to make a lot of presentation.
It's not that they're in Africa. I'm not running with that part. Remember, Hermetic does not equate to Africa. That's later on. King J, stop doing that, bro. Come on, bro. We building. Stop doing that. Like, Hermetic does not equate to Africa. That's pseudo. Hermetic is just the bloodline. In the bloodline who established the Babylonians and the Akkadians, that's Nimrod. That's Nimrod and his people. And they are bloodline Hermetic people. Canaan is bloodline Hermetic.
Fact.
So that's the point. I don't know about the whole African thing and all of that. That's something that I feel like the Greeks and all of them, they kind of implemented to that text to give it more of a real feel. But nah, bro.
Well, let me get in here before you jump in, King J. But then there's two different things there too. There is a region that is Kim. So if you're talking about the Hamitic line of the Kemetic people of a region, it's like, let me let Genesis in. So Kim is a region, though. We agree with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, hey, but Nepal, this is the problem. My question is that according to the Bible,
I'm letting you in, Kim Netter.
And King J, you never addressed that part of according to the Bible. Do you agree that that's upside down when they say Ham is the younger and Ham represents Africa, and then Shem being the middle child being Asia, and then Europe being Japheth as the elder? That's totally backwards to science. Science show the Europeans as babies to both Asia and Africa.
Right.
What are you guys talking about? Like, I don't get that. Like, where did the conversation go?
Okay, so
I mean,
I don't know.
He brought it back to the conversation we was having about the Baal dealing with the Eucharistic.
No, we're not doing that anymore. And that does Rakufu.
I didn't know.
Rakufu. The little brother and little big brother. There's nothing in the entire Bible talking about who's big brother and who's little brother.
Yes, it is.
With those three.
I can prove it.
No, actually, you cannot. You can go to ChatGPT, brother, and you can ask them some questions. But in the actual text of the Bible,
that's what I'm reading right now.
Not extra biblical. There's nothing saying the big brother.
It does say Ham the younger, indicating someone's
that's fine.
older.
It may say Ham the younger, but it doesn't say who's older or younger in the Bible.
If he's the younger of the three, he has to be an elder.
No, it doesn't say the younger of the three. It doesn't say that.
It says Ham.
Okay. Let me move forward. Just like King J didn't want to believe. Just like King J didn't want to believe that it says epithet. It's not epitaph. I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna let y'all have it. Go ahead, Maroon, and then I'm gonna let Genesis come in. And
wait. I was next. I wanted to respond to King J's statement about the Nasu being vulnerable. I want to speak to that. Now, King J, you wouldn't deny me this right there, because you're right. They could have killed him, but the Nasu is the 10th after the Ennead. After the 9, the Nasu is the 10th. And his role is infinite. Even if you kill one of them, there's just going to be somebody else to come fulfill that role. So that's an infinite role as the deity. As the Nasu being a deity, his role is infinite. So you can't abolish that complete role. Like you even said, even when the foreigners came onto the lands, they adopted the role. They maintained the role. So that's all I was going to say.
All right, hold up. Sorry, you know what? I just read it. Genesis 9:24. When Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger, not his middle, not his younger of the three had done to him, talking about Ham. The phrase here is younger son in Hebrew. It's benu hakatan. This refers specifically to Ham. Therefore, Ham is explicitly identified as the younger son of Noah in the biblical text.
Okay, now watch this. Hold on, nobody talk. You said there's a big brother, middle brother, and a lesser brother. It doesn't. So if he's the younger, who's the oldest? Does it say who the oldest is? Watch you say no. That's my point. You're trying to rank it like oldest brother, middle brother, younger brother. You don't have that information there. There's not enough information there for you to do that. Do you get what I'm saying or no?
I get what you're saying. That's why I'm looking it up.
But you said the oldest brother first is Kim. Wait, brother, am I wrong? Did you say the oldest brother is Kim?
I knew this because I studied the concordance.
No, but I'm just asking you a question. I'm asking you a question now. Yes, you're right. That text says that part. But does it say Kim is the oldest, then Shem is the second oldest, and then the younger brother is Ham? Does it say anything in the Bible about that?
Yeah, Genesis, it says right here. It says important. I'm going to read it all. Don't cut me before.
Okay, I want to hear. No, I want to hear it.
Okay, Genesis 5:32. After Noah was 500 years old, Noah became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Important. This is a listing, not a birth order. Hebrew often lists sons by theological importance.
Oh, wait. What are you reading? What are you reading? I thought you were reading the Bible.
This is the verses. I'll read the verses then.
You're reading the Bible?
Yes.
Okay, what are you reading from? Can you tell me exactly what you're reading? Because I thought you were going to read the scripture.
I'm reading it from GPT, but the Bible verse.
Okay, read the Bible verse without the commentary.
Okay, so it says this verse directly states Ham is younger.
You're still reading the commentary, sir. Sir, I got to stop you. It's so easy. Just read the verse, not the commentary from the GPT.
All right, I'm reading it now. Genesis 10:21. You ready?
Yeah, let's get it. Let me hear it. Because I could be wrong, but I doubt it.
Okay, no worries. To Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the elder brother of Japheth, children were born. So the elder brother of Japheth, Shem is older than Japheth here.
Okay.
Right? So
yes,
that leaves only one to be the youngest, the younger.
It isn't. Wait, no. Notice what you just did. It doesn't say the youngest son. It says the younger, right?
Oh, well, I'm gonna leave it alone right now because I can't get it right now. We going too much cuts. Let me get it.
Yeah, maybe you know what? You know what? Unlike King J, if I'm wrong, I'll say, "Oh, I was wrong." But I'm trying to figure out how you're trying to rank it. No, because so far you've said that who is the oldest brother?
It says here, final order based strictly on scripture.
Who's the oldest brother right there? Who's Shem is older than Kim?
Listen, oldest Japheth, Genesis 10:21, middle Shem implied, and youngest Ham, Genesis 9:24.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Does that does that listen to this? Does that go against what you're trying to push, that the blacks, the Kemetics are the ones that are the superior, or does that say that
youngest? I said, so you're not getting my premise. My premise is this.
Right.
The biblical teachers teach that according to this, Ham is the youngest. But science, like Aunt tries to teach, scientific literature or literacy tells us Ham, who would be the African, when we study him in anthropology, DNA, is older than both of them.
I get what you're saying. Okay. I thought you were trying to say that the Kemetic is superior. You are saying that, right?
No, I'm just saying older. And not the young.
I mean, he did originally say it was the superior. He did say it was the superior because he said that's where they was getting their God from. So they would be the superior.
Yeah,
it's older, bro.
Okay, then I gotta look more into it. Okay, I'm sorry to take you guys off that, but I don't see where it's saying one is older than the other. I don't see that. But okay, it could be.
I don't
maybe
know
I'm
about
wrong.
nobody being older, but I see what he's saying when he's drawing on.
I gotta research it more.
The superiorness of these Semitic people.
Let me say this to you. I'm saying this. If you read that verse in the Bible, it says they all left from Turkey, wherever they were, and the Hamites went into Africa and peopled the land of
exactly.
Africa.
Therefore, Africa would have been inhabited last, which is stupid as hell.
Not just that, it said it's the youngest. You can deal with that in chronology if you want and go through the Strong's. It'll break down how when they tell you how old Noah was when each son was born, you'll see Ham as the younger. It's just he calls him the younger all through.
I know it says he's the younger. I didn't know about them saying that Shem is the oldest. I never saw that.
She got a problem with you saying Japhet was the elder, but you got to understand, and then Shem is the middle. But I know where you coming from because that's that Greco. The Arabs even pushed it as well. They had that idea. They introduced that racial climate theory. They introduced the thought that Ham was Africa. We should. That's something to study. Why King J out here giving out subscriptions? Look up Hermetic theory and racial climate theory.
I know about that. They did that. You're right. So that's
hold on. Let me read this. I'm looking at this right here. It's Genesis because I really was. I'm curious now because I never saw this. So it says, and then I'm going to let Genesis have this. It says, we're in Genesis 10, chapter 10, verse 21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder, even to him were children born. So it says that Japheth is older than Shem here. Yeah, I never saw that. I never saw it. I never saw that. I never saw that.
That was tough. That was good, Kufu.
Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, well, I was wrong. And
only thing I'm saying about is being that that's biblical teaching, then how do we
apply it to science?
Science, because science is saying no. You've turned reality upside down. You've made Japheth the elder, which is a European. He was a baby.
So Japheth is the oldest.
Yes.
And Shem is the second. And then Ham is the I stand completely corrected. And that's why I asked you to show me. So you showed me, and I never saw that for some. I probably saw it and never really paid attention to it, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. So enough. But hold that thought. Hold that thought, Rakufu. Thank you. You guys are funny. Hey, if I've been wrong lots of times, that's why I don't know why King J won't just go ahead and say, "Oh shit, epithet, got it." I mean, it's all good though. I love you, brother. Go ahead, Genesis. Go ahead, Genesis.
So listen, my question is kind of off topic, but it may be kind of on. But I don't know because I've been doing other stuff. But all right, so I want to talk about the Bible and Revelations. Right now, from my growing up, learning about the Bible, when you talk about the last days and this, that, the other, they're talking about like Russia and China and this, that, the other. Today, Trump just bombed Nigeria. Is there anything?
He did?
Yeah.
When?
And it's not even all over the news. He did.
What the hell? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Trump just bombed Nigeria today because I guess they're killing a bunch of Christians in Nigeria.
I know all about that mess, but that's going on. What about come on? He really gives a damn about some African Christians.
Nigeria, bro. So I'm like,
where? What part of Nigeria? Lagos?
The part where it's a bunch
Lagos?
Hold on, let me just see what part of Nigeria. What part?
That's crazy. I heard him threatening to do that, but that's wild.
No, he just what?
Man, he just want to make some noise.
Oh my God, that's wild.
Hey, while she's looking for that real quick, Nepal, it says, once the Bible tells us Japheth is the eldest and Ham is the youngest, then by elimination, Shem is the middle son. But there is no verse, it writes this clearly, that explicitly says Shem was the middle son. But conclusion.
Right. I got you. No, but that makes sense for what you're saying.
Shem the son, but this is happening right now. Sokoto. So whatever Sokoto is, that's where Trump
it says somebody said northern Nigeria. What in the hell?
Yeah.
So how many casualties? Like what was the result? What's going on? Damn.
I don't even know. Like
why the hell are we bombing Nigeria, bro?
Right. So I'm just trying to figure out, is there a thing in the Bible that talks about like because I know we've always about the things we could be able to translate that into
that doesn't make sense. Even the Christians that are there are getting hurt.
Yeah, everybody's getting hurt. And this,
how are you bombing the people that you say you're trying to protect? You would say you would want to send in refugees, and I mean, you try to bring them as refugees. I mean, and rescue missions. You don't just bomb where they're getting persecuted.
In Nepal.
I think that's why the word Nepal. I think that's why the word Shem. I think that Genesis. I think that's why the word Shem means Semitic language. Root word is Semitic. Is semi, meaning half and half. So they're the balancers of the baby and the elder. They're the middle, semi.
Okay,
I'll buy that.
Okay, look, real quick, I'm reading it right here. It say the Trump administration said that the strike was meant to hit ISIS military response for them, like targeting some stuff out there for some terrorism, which I don't believe that's why, but that's what they're saying happened.
Oh, so they're saying it's toward ISIS.
70 different targets, 70 different places.
Were they all for ISIS though?
Apparently, but come on now.
So this is misinformation when people are saying they bombed Nigeria.
Oh no.
They didn't bomb the entire
70.
They bombed
Hey, Paul, will you give me a chance to give you 3 words that break down the system of God?
Yeah, go ahead right now. Do it.
Okay.
Then we'll get back to you, Genesis. I mean, it's his show, but I'm going to go right back to you, Genesis. Let her.
I'm sorry, Genesis. You can go, Genesis.
Go ahead.
I'll do it after.
All right. Are you going to talk about the African thing and the Nigerian thing?
I talk about 3 hours ago, right? So this whole thing is happening in the last few hours, and I'm trying to understand, is there anything in the Bible that talks about a great force going against Africa, that Christians are going to be persecuted in Africa, and then the great beast will come and bomb, or what exactly? Because back I remember I used to read Revelations, and it was talking about
war,
peace.
rumors of war.
So I'm just trying to see if there was anything that in the Bible that talks about actually Nigeria and that aspect of this bombing, certain this is that the Bible is supposed to predict certain things.
They don't mention names like that, but what they do is mention regions and areas, and he says it's going to be wars and rumors of wars. So the Bible.
I know you can pick out China, Russia, America.
They just mean in the world? So you got to take it the way it is. You just can't add to it and take nothing away. When you see war and rumors of wars, then you got to put yourself under that paradigm, because that's what's going on. You can't try to make your own sense of it. You just got to. That's what the Bible's about. Taking it, reading it for what it is. Then you got a lot of people with different ideals, and they have different perspectives on the Bible itself. So you just, from your interpretation, you're an intelligent person, and then that's how you surmise what you think that is all about.
No, I'm talking about there is, it's people will exactly say the great beast. That's this person. This
you missing it.
That thing.
You sound like you're talking about Daniel, the revelation of Daniel, but that was for that time period. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Little horn, the big horn, and all of that.
It wasn't only for that time period.
What about Revelations?
In regards to Revelations, I hate that, because we talk about Erasmus. We already know Erasmus made that up. Revelation, specifically the book of Revelation, isn't made until about the 15th century. Erasmus took 6 manuscripts, threw them together. It was missing the last part of it. He wrote that in there himself, and called it the Texas Receptors. You know what I'm saying? So that's what
question is because I know so many people might go to churches that are doomsday type of.
Well, church. I can answer your question now. They all had. I want to say this to you. I want to say this to you, Genesis. If you're looking for it as far as prophecy, and you're looking at Nigeria, you can put it together that China has a presence there, and they talked about indirectly the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation. In the book of Daniel, there's a discussion of Gog and Magog. I can put you on your track right now, and you can start to compare if Russia and China are similar to how Gog and Magog are spoken of in prophecy. For me, what I see when I see Nigeria having this turmoil, I don't look for Africa. I look for the presence of China, because I know China is a part of prophecy for me, from what I've seen. And Russia and China get together. They work together to do things. We think it's the United States. So I would say that China would be your focus if the United States is doing it.
Nigeria that could trigger a war with Russia and China.
But real quick, just to clear that up, I'm reading on it more right here. It said that the Nigerian government authorized the strike and shared intelligence with the U.S. on carrying them out. So it wasn't like they bombed Nigeria.
They didn't.
So you all here trying to create
I want to ask you this, Nepal. If you had two sisters in the same order as the Ham, Sham, and Japheth thing, so let's say you were Japheth in this account, you're the elder sister. You got a sister 2 years younger than you, and you got a sister 4 years younger. So y'all all 2 years apart. Don't you feel it as a responsibility as the elder sister to sometime look after the affairs of your little sisters if you feel that? So that's why the white man feel like he's better than us. He's following a false myth. He believes that Bible is true, and in reality, the is showing we older than him.
But you know what? You know what? Cool,
I don't know about that one.
Just acknowledge that those
Trump is really trying to protect the Christians.
These 3 words real quick.
Trump is really trying to protect the
Christians. You guys, let's see. Hold on, Genesis, please. I'm sorry. Who said, can I get 3 words?
Yeah, well, nah, it's these 3 words. It's 3 Hebrew words that reflect the system of God. And I want to offer the 3 words to you with the definition. All right. So then you can look these words up. The first word is gamar. It's a Hebrew meaning to complete, right? To finish, to bring to an end or to accomplish, to convey a strong sense of finishing something fully, whether that be an action, a project, a process, or even a period of time, right? Now that's Gamar. Oz. So these words is G-O-D, Gamar, Oz, Debar. Strength or might is a Hebrew word, primarily denotes strength or might, often in the context of physical power or moral fortitude. It can also refer to a place of refuge and protection, symbolizing God's strength as a source of security of his people, right? And the last one is Debar. Debar, meaning is a Hebrew word primarily meaning word or speech. So we know when we talk about God, you know, we talk about the word, and can refer to the spoken word, a command or a matter of biblical context. It often signifies the word of God or his command. Additionally, a verb, debar, means to speak or to declare, used extensively throughout the Old Testament. Now, I say these 3 words because, one, I gave you, Gamal when I told you about how it's about laying a foundation and the completion to be God, right? The strength is the king itself, and the word is what he leaves behind in the system that makes sure that the word is followed out throughout the empire.
Okay, thank you for that, Maroon. Go ahead, Genesis. You wanted to come in and you were going to talk after him.
Oh no! So I just found out no one was killed. They just messed some stuff up, like just.
But you see how they did that, Genesis, to just get us all worked up, and we looked into it more.
I was just thinking that, I just didn't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Do you think that because this whole thing, this argument between us and FBA and this and the other? Do you think that they did this almost at the same time, this whole delineation movement? Do you think?
You're kind of breaking up. Can you say that again?
While we're having this delineation movement about FBA and this anti-Pan-Africanist movement against Africa, and then they bomb Africa,
that sound is bad.
You're breaking up, but I think it's all a part of the whole plan. It's not just like one thing. Mainly, I would say that Trump is just, it's the end of the year. He's messing with something. Something's going on. I don't know what he wants to do by saying, who even started saying they bombed Nigeria. What, TikTok?
They did bomb. No, they did bomb it. But they bombed.
They bombed the area of Nigeria.
And they're given to them by the government to do.
Right.
So, El Suntan, let me ask you.
That's different. Wait, before you move forward, we got to really stay on that.
Okay.
They didn't bomb Nigeria. If Nigeria said, come on in and do this.
Right.
Like,
they chose an area.
Yeah, I think that Nigeria gave them an bomb, and then they bombed.
So that's not America bombing Nigeria. That's Nigeria receiving aid from America to come in and try to get rid of ISIS.
Right.
Came in, like everybody else. We bombed America.
King J, earlier.
Yeah.
King J, would you
Hey,
say
Kufu, real quick, Kufu. Pop. I did look it up, and
Go
you
ahead.
are right. I do stand corrected. It is epithet.
Oh, let's give him a big old hug. Oh, come on in, brother. Come on in. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, King J. You not like
That's what I'm talking about, King J.
King J.
I got a question for you, King J.
What up?
I know you're a linguist. Is English or anything out of Europe older than the African languages of Medu Neter? No. Okay. So there it is again. We're showing continuously these three sons upside down in the Bible telling us, but everything they got from civilization is younger. Here's an elder brother that can't speak, but a younger brother creates language. Here's a younger brother creates a civilization, and we're going by Bible premises. Here's a younger brother.
Cooper, real quick, can we entertain this? So you said the elder. Who is the elder?
The elder is Japheth, the white, and I got it right here. It says, and
okay, so the elder does not mean. But elder doesn't.
In this
but hold on, elder doesn't mean the oldest. The eldest means oldest.
Well, it's eldest, not elder. It's eldest.
Right.
So I like you that word. I gotta say it the way you. I mean, it's like three brothers that I get, like you, King J. If you had two little brothers.
That's true. See how we can't. Now I'm back on where I said it doesn't really rank, but you did show me something. But we can't really say we could argue the rank. But I will say this to you, Rakufu, and then I don't want to take it back to that conversation, but I appreciate you jumping in with more information on it. But I want to get back to Genesis. She does want to. I know she wants to get more into what she was saying, but Rakufu and everybody in the Bible, if you notice, the younger son is always favored. It's like the younger son, even with Manasseh and what was his name? Ephraim and Manasseh. With Christ, I think Christ was the one. What? Wait,
she
what?
said the youngest brother is always what?
They're favored more, like Jacob and Esau. Yeah. So even in the story, so if you're gonna say, even though races weren't even ascribed to the actual names in those Bible, that's what the so-called the colonizer did. That he came in and said, "Oh, this is this person." The only one that he could really stick with was Kim, where it says black, but we're not even black people. They called Africans black people. I mean, I don't want to get into that conversation. Oh my gosh, this is like a rabbit hole.
Say something to King J real quick.
Yeah, but you're right though.
King J, I just wanted to give you real quick because you was absolutely right and you went right off the dome. Because when I looked it up right here, it's earliest attestation of being the high God was in 1300 BCE, and then when you go down to what was the other dude name? Mark Duke was a god, but still not the high god. That was 1800 BCE, and he don't become the high god until 1200 BCE. So you killed that.
And Nepal, you said earlier, you said that we aren't black. I would just give a little pushback. Every human on earth, birthmark is no other color but black. Your birth, you're black. Everything is black.
Well, yeah, no, see, that's why I said I want to go down that rabbit hole, because I love saying I'm black. But what I'm saying is when they're talking about our phenotype, yes, there's Sudanese people who are very, 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 very brown, like the soil of the ground, black. but they're still
from
brown.
India too.
So,
I was waiting on you to say
so
black.
with the social programming and construct, they're like, oh, I'm going to make up race, and these are be the black people, these are the white people, and these are the everything in between. So I give, that's why I said I don't want to get in the conversation. But my point is, when they're like, okay, Japheth is the white people, and then we got the black people, Ham, and we could also make that stick because he's the one who was cursed. Well, actually, his son was cursed. So I'm just saying, I didn't want to get into that too much, but
Maybe
but yeah, I do believe what you're saying about we're black people, but not with the story, not with the story.
We got to take it for what it is. That's why they want to say Egyptians were not black. They don't want to give due credit to what it really was. They build a construct on color. The colonizers did, and the Europeans, they built the construct on color. Martin Luther King just said it. They put a stigma on black, so let's just take it for what it is. And it's not hard to understand.
Right.
Yeah. And it's recently, I want to get back to Genesis. Genesis jumping after Rakufu. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll finish with this. It does tell you where Japheth people Europe, and it tells you Magog, for instance, it says, Japheth descendants as inhabiting from antiquity through the medieval period. Jewish, Christian, and Islamic scholars consistently interpreted Japheth's descendants as inhabiting Anatolia, the Aegean world, the Black Sea region, the Caucasus, Greek, Samaria, Magog, Tubal, and Mesech, and the northeast of the Levant in the north. So go ahead.
Right. And have you seen people from the Caucasus Mountains? Have you actually seen the Caucasian people?
No, I heard of it.
Have you seen pictures of them and how they look? A lot of them can be very as dark as you, darker than you. Yes, are there some that are light with blonde hair and but a lot of them look black like us. They have black phenotype. A lot of them look Arab. A lot of them look Arab. So they're doing that for a reason. That is a whole different conversation. The Greeks were originally, when we look at the Phoenicians, when we look at the Greeks, they had coarse curly hair and dark brown skin.
A lot of Anatolians in the Aegean and the Black Sea regions.
Those are originally the Philistine people, I think, right? If anybody's King J might know that.
Before then, like the Mycenaeans would be a good example. The Mycenaeans
would the Philistines be before the Mycenaeans, or I'm confused.
The Philistines, we can associate them with the sea people, and then they're later known as the Powerless. Powerless. Yes.
What about the Anatolians?
That's Turkey now. Now we're back to the Caucasus, the Caucasian.
Okay. Here's a good one.
So my point is, when we talk about phenotype, I'm just talking about phenotype.
Yeah.
We can't just say, oh, those are white people.
Right.
Vikings are Nordic. They're blue-eyed blonde. That's deep Nordic.
And why are they blue? Why are they blue eyes and blonde hair and fair skin?
Closer to a colder region, right?
Thank you. So so they started out not that way, right? When they were so we all started out black.
That's my point. How is it telling us Ham the Young? And we know through scientific digs, everything we find is in Africa, older than anything in Asia or Europe constantly.
So what does that mean, Kufu? That Africa is not the black?
It's not the younger, it's the elder.
No, because
the eldest.
Kufu, archaic humanoids aren't any color.
Archaic humanoids.
I gotta agree.
I don't agree with you.
Because I agree with King J, where this is Rakufu. This is the point. We can't focus on phenotype first.
No, genotype, I get it, but the genotype
we can't focus on look. I'm saying looks. looks. We can't focus on the look of the people by primary.
I get that. You're talking about the outside look. So you got Dante Diop spoke on this deeply in African Origin of Myth or Reality. He says you have genotype and phenotype. The genes within, and then the exterior look of the structure. The first humanoids on Earth were of genotypic or phenotypic look of African with woolly hair because he was in this a hot region and he needed that coiled hair to keep the sun from burning his scalp. Then as he moved out across the planets, he became brown and lupiderm and all those other colors. but he was not originally nothing but a black, brown, dark-skinned brown man, not a European, not an Asian.
Kufu, how many races do we
You
have?
have to go by phenotype.
We only got one, the human race.
Okay. And we're 99.9% identical, right?
Yeah, and what's that 1% that changes us? Our look, our phenotype?
Environmental.
And where do we start? What environment? A hot climate in Africa or a cold
close to
climate
the
in Europe?
equator.
Right. But it's still just those are just the mutations of the same genome depending on the environment.
Facts. I'm with you.
Right.
I'm rocking that, but it is a pecking order. If Nepal has a baby, I can't say they're equal. Nepal came first.
Let me tell this. Now, hold on. Let me talk to this person in the chat. Akeem, what the fuck are you talking about, you idiot? I do have a college degree, and you're gonna get blocked. I don't care. And I wish a mod would call me and tell me not to block somebody. Okay? Don't get in the chat talking crazy. I'll time your ass out. That's what I mean by block. You don't know me. Just don't get comfortable with me just because I'm being nice up here. I'd spit in your face if I saw you in public and I knew who you were. Okay, go ahead, everybody. I'm not playing with these. It's the end of the year. I'm not playing with you low lifes. Okay, get in line or get timed out. Back to the show, and then after you guys are done, I want you to pass the mic over to Genesis. She's been waiting. He's some bum ass nigga coming here talking about me. You don't know me. All right.
Or go ahead, King J. However y'all.
Stupid ass bums.
No, go ahead.
That is though. You know the chat crazy, Nepal.
No, I know that there's a lot of niggas that are bums. They don't even have clean sneakers. They live in their best friend's mama's basement. Come in here telling me what I have and what I don't have. Right. You're an incel. I'm not playing with you Negroes in the chat today. I love everybody, but don't you dare get your third grade education ass into the chat telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm a woman up here trying to hang with these brothers who are intelligent. So you're thinking, oh, let me get in here and attack her because I know she gonna get triggered and it's gonna make me feel good tonight. Get the hell out of the chat, weirdo. Go ahead, y'all.
Hey, Nepal, I got a new word for it. It's not Negroes, it's no growth.
No growth. There you go. You no growth ass. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, back to what you were saying. Back to the intelligence. I just had to do that. No, I'm chilling. Ain't trying to get timed out. That's because you're smart. And I salute you. We got, what does it say? We got what? I can't look at that. Anyway, y'all, let Genesis talk.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Genesis.
Hey, can I share my screen?
Why not? Nepal got the control.
Oh, yeah, you can. Sorry about that to the brothers and sisters who were in the intelligent mode that I had to take it down to some baseball bat to the knees for a moment. It's like on that movie. Remember the movie? Hey, remember the movie Goodfellas when they're just eating and having fun and then they start all of a sudden Spider's getting a pew, his foot is getting, you remember that scene with Joe Pesci? And it was like, it certainly, and everybody got quiet just like you guys did.
Right. I mean, you have to address something.
I think it's been our season, Gemini, because I've been cussing people out on my channel too.
You got to
it's okay. We got some others, man.
You got to address it. That's all. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't. But when they go to intellectually trying to be below you, try to insult you, then you got to, let them know.
Yeah, get out of here. It probably doesn't even have a degree themselves. But go ahead. Thank you, everybody. All right. Go ahead, Genesis. What are you sharing? And what are you sharing?
How modern technology is. They actually got a picture of the dang on missile going off from the dang on naval ship shooting up on its way to Nigeria. And then he says President Trump delayed airstrikes by a day to give Islamic State a Christmas present. He revealed as Nigeria said it would welcome further attacks by the United States against jihadist group. So they say that several people did pass on from that attack. And then if you actually look, you'll see that some of the little village got jacked up a little bit too. People that where we living at kind of messed up. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I just want to say one other thing to your statement you got up here on the board here. Nepal says youngest son is always favored. If that's the case, Africa being the younger, I didn't see him being favored. He been murdered.
Interesting.
In most cases, Rakufu. In most cases, the younger son is favored, and the younger daughter.
Always the exception.
That's all I say in most cases.
Nonetheless, this is good news. This is good, not good news. This is not good news. This is important information that we need to hear. So, peace, Indigenous Black men. So let's get. I'm gonna let Genesis. What you were coming in for the bill? Did you want to say anything regarding to the presentation that Maroon did? And then we could pass the mic. It's been a minute.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry.
Girl, you are showing your wigs right now, boo boo. Those are so cute.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
To be quite honest, I'm like, I don't all that stuff. I'm like, I'm more about what's going on right now. All this stuff, like, who cares about what names and so and so, blah blah blah. So I'm like, but I thought that maybe there was something in the Bible that might reference what's going on right now with Nigeria.
It is Genesis. It's just not by name.
Right.
And but Nepal said it was about like maybe China, but it sounds like it's about
it's an area.
Islam versus the area like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does reference that, and it's been going on for years of reading. Will be wars and rumors of wars, and it's happening. So, it's got to take it for what it is, And,
well, no, wars and rumors around wars is vague. It's all around the whole world. But I'm saying
there you go, and that's how you got to look at the Bible. It's a blanket statement. It's a blanket.
The reason why I'm after this is because you have people like the Hamites, and you guys call like the Nigerians the Hamites, right? And then you have like the American government. So I was trying to understand, like, okay, so is there a thing about the Muslims, the Black Muslims invading the Christians and genociding them in Nigeria in the Bible?
No.
You just weaponized all that. You gaslighted that. You wanted to it's not none of that.
Right.
Okay.
I don't believe in that 70 weeks prophecy. I believe that actually occurred in regards to Jesus being crucified and things like that. I believe that the Daniel 70, the prophecies of Daniel's have already came to pass.
King J, keep in mind what we believe is our own personal beliefs. We ain't have to caught up to have a belief in a deity or someone that something and some narrative that we respond to as our salvation. It ain't all got to be the same. Not as a cult. You got to understand the Bible for what it is. It's a personal salvation tool. That's what I be trying to tell my brother Side, but he's right when he said man created, because I don't see no God turned down, wrote nothing. So
hey, Elder Santan. Elder Santan.
Yes, sir.
And everybody on the panel, what's the first day of what today for Black people in America? Nobody said it today. Kwanzaa. Hello.
Yeah.
I got my Kwanzaa set up.
It's all on Facebook, Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
I'm doing it today, yeah. But it's also Boxing Day in England. But
what other
yeah,
day
Kwanzaa. So you know what? I think Hanukkah ended on Christmas yesterday.
Right.
And then Kwanzaa came right after, which is interesting. Right. It doesn't usually fall that close together like that.
Wow. And it ends on what, the first or the second?
This is my first year celebrating it, so I have to. It's I don't know. I don't want to say.
I think it's 7 days.
Sonnetter wants to end it, guys.
Celebrate nothing.
Sonnetter's trying to signal that he wants to end the show. So let me go to first and foremost.
Y'all better not get caught up on that trash Kwanzaa nonsense.
You better get
Y'all better not get caught up on that trash Kwanzaa nonsense.
Sonnetter, don't do that.
Do you know what Kwanzaa is about, anybody?
Sonnetter, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it's about. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't matter.
Be quiet for a minute. Be quiet for a minute.
I got his book over here. You know it.
Why are you coming in calling it trash?
Kwanzaa is supposed to be about making your child or your loved ones or your partners a gift. Not buying a car, not buying toys, not buying presents. But what happened was The white man took it over.
Oh, wow.
And yes, this is the truth. It was started by Dr. Maulana Karenga, who would tie black women up in his basement and beat them with hangers.
What the hell does that have to do with the Kwanzaa?
That's just like saying that
what the hell is wrong with black people?
For a minute, so y'all can know something. God damn. Kwanzaa started because it was about making gifts for your family. You make the gift. You don't buy it.
Yeah, we do make
so
it.
Now today, the white man took it over. He's selling cars. He's selling diamonds. He's selling all kinds of shit. You saying hard like y'all don't care.
You said that
because this is why I'm saying black people. No, let me say this.
Comments. Look at what the people are saying.
I don't care because you came in, Sonetter. This is why Genesis. Hold on. This is what you go against, Sonetter. This and don't end the stream, please. This is see how rude you are. You say what you want and then you end it. Like, why do you want to be the dictator? Can we all talk, Sonetter? We get it. Black people want to say don't get married because it's pagan. Black people want to say don't celebrate Christmas because it's pagan. Black people want to do all this stuff to make sure that we don't do anything at all that's happy. Just walk around in these miserable communities talking about what? Can I finish talking?
No, because
Let me say this. Let me speak. Sonetter, let me speak.
Yeah, speak on Kwanzaa.
Sonetter, without you talking over me, let me say this. If people, especially somebody who says that they don't believe in God or the Bible and all this, let me say something, y'all. If you want to research Kwanzaa and you want to celebrate Kwanzaa, do what you want to do in your life. Don't let somebody come in and say, well, you know, back then they had some children locked in. Don't let somebody come and say, you know, Christmas, it said the tree was in the forest and they hung babies' heads from it. Do what you want to do. Celebrate what you want to celebrate and have a good time in your life. Stop listening to people telling you what to celebrate.
Don't listen to nobody that's going to break it down.
I know it hurts. I know it hurts. Wait, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I have to fight. I have to fight to tell the truth because this is the problem. This is the problem, Sonetter. This is the problem. One stream you want to say, don't believe in the Bible, don't do what the Bible says. And in the next stream, when the brother just says it's Kwanzaa today, you want to tell people not to celebrate because somebody told you it's bad. Make your mind up. What do you want to celebrate, y'all? Don't let somebody tell you what to do. Do what you want, just like Sonetter said.
If he don't know about Kwanzaa, it's my job to tell him about Kwanzaa.
No, it's not your job. Your job is to mind your business.
What happened to the people in the basement was hanging up?
Your job is to mind